Hello everyone, let's do a little practical. So to start any practical, the first thing that we would need is the Matillion account. Now to start with the Matillion account, we will need one cloud provider and your data warehouse service. What we have chosen is I would be using AWS as my cloud provider and Snowflake for the data warehousing. Now to launch Matillion ETL, there are multiple ways. Uh, Here is a list of ways which I will go through. Previously, we were also been able to connect using AWS Connect, which is discontinued now. Also through Matillion Hub if you have a business account, and through Snowflake partner account as well. So let me quickly load this link. So you can use AWS through, you can launch through Azure, you can launch through GCP. In AWS, you can launch through the CloudFormation templates, which we would be doing now. Okay. So to go ahead, URLs that you will need is one is you need to create an AWS account. This is simple like your Facebook or Instagram that you just log in. So please do it. Here is the link. You can create an AWS account for free, and a Snowflake account similar to the AWS. It's pretty easy. Just next and you're done. And this just like you're creating your Gmail, right? So this would be your link. This is also will be a free account of I think 90 days. Okay. And we will go ahead with the once you're done with the AWS and Snowflake installation, we will go ahead with the Matillion app. So do let me know if you want to see how the free account for AWS and Snowflake is created. So let me just click this up to start the Matillion installation. So like you see, I've already created a Snowflake free account, AWS free account. So I will sign in with my Google account. You can sign in with your Microsoft account as well. This is just a questionnaire. You can select whatever. Which cloud platform would you use? Like I said, I would be using Snowflake. So you have multiple options here, but let's go ahead with Snowflake. You need to select the region. So I am selecting say US. This would take some time. You can go ahead and select the Matillion trial warehouse itself, but let me go ahead and select Snowflake. This would take some time, so I will fast forward this thing. Provide details from your Snowflake. So let me just dig into my details. So I filled in all my details, so I would continue. So it's asking my default role org admin, so that I am not restricted because of my role. So I am just gonna take the default warehouse available, default database, and this could be changed later, so should be okay. I'm just selecting something in random. And then we land up to this page. Let me just go to the hub. Your account has been created by now, so now let's just create an ETL instance. Okay, so add a Matillion ETL instance, click on that, click on AWS, Snowflake. How do you want to deliver Matillion ETL for Snowflake? So like I told you, then we would be using the CloudFormation template, like it was already mentioned in the Matillion official website. You can also do it through Amazon machine image, so it is done here. Okay, US West, North California, In case you have an existing VPC, you can select that, but no, I would select my VPC. Like when I had explained the architecture, I had mentioned that, you know, this is all sitting in a VPC in the cloud, right? So, and yeah, these are the three architectures that are available to us, right? Using the single node with RDS, then the RDS is having an HA, and then you have a cluster. So you can go through my previous video to understand the three architectures. So let me go ahead with single node. Once you reach this page, just click on continue in AWS. So it will directly load for the creation of stack, since we said we are using the CloudFormation templates. So we would be creating stack. You can retain this name or change it. Here you need to mention a key pair now. Now since we don't have a key pair, so just let me create one more instance. I don't want to close this up. EC2, or you can directly search for key pair, that also would do. This will give the number of key pairs over here, so we don't have since it's our first time. So click on key pairs and say create key pair, and I'll say Matillion key pair, create key pair. Next you can go to our place where we're creating stack and see if it is listing. If not, just refresh this page and you will see the pair. If you are not able to see, always see the location. If the location is different, you will not receive the key pair, right? So I have received my key pair. Let me select that and go ahead. In US West, these are the two zones, so let me create select 1B and inbound 0.0.0.0/0. So we are giving it the complete range, and Matillion product, please select the target data warehouse for Matillion. So we are using Snowflake, right? Acknowledge and say create stack. So it will take some time to create. Let me fast forward this, and I will show it once it is completed. How does it look like? It would come as create complete over here. As you see, we have create complete now. It's mentioned that it's completed. So once this is done, what we can do is we can just search for EC2, and I will say EC2, and you can see how many instances are running here. Please note, when the instances are running, your billing starts. So as soon as you are done with working with Matillion, anything you are working with using an EC2 instance, you need to turn it off, as else you will be losing credits. So now so this is the instance we just created, and let me just select that, and we need to wait till the status check is complete. There are two status checks that needs to be completed. So once that is done, you would see 2 of 2 here. It would say 2 of 2 check passed. Okay, so let me go to that point. As you see here, the checks are going on, but you don't need to monitor. In the end of it, you would see status update over here. Also be reminded, Matillion, the free account is only for 14 days. As you see, the 2 checks have been passed. If you see, it is been updated over here. So what you have to do next is you will have to click on this, and as a password over there you will need this ID. So I'm just copying it well in advance. Just copy this, use clicking on this and say open address.
Some of you might encounter this kind of error, so nothing to worry. You'll have to just start your EC2, restart your EC2 and refresh. If it's still not getting fixed, just log out your AWS and log in again. These are the few solutions that I have seen. I'm not sure the reason for this one, but that is the solution.
I have restarted my EC2 and I'm back. I'm clicking on open address again now, and we'll wait for the page to load, and here I would say wish to continue. Sometimes also a few firewalls block this thing, so you'll have to check that if you're not able to proceed. The username is always ec2_user and the password would be the instance ID. and it's loading the Matillion UI. The UI has been loaded and we have to just associate to an instance. So just click on associate instance, and I'm gonna select my account, give an instance name, and say I agree and accept Matillion agreement and associate. So we're just one step away. So launch Matillion ETL, and ETL is again launched, and we'll give a project group name and project name. I'm just gonna give a random name as of now, but when you are in a project and you are gonna create a project, the names given for the group, the name, and the description has to be written. That is one of the best practices in any project. On clicking next, it's asking us our AWS connection details. So I am just giving the name for my environment, and I would be giving all the details to validate my AWS account. So click on plus, give your credential name, give your access key ID and secret key. So now how do you create an access key ID? It's pretty simple. I will be showing that as well. In your AWS, just go to, you can just go to IAM and click on my security credentials, and then you can create an access key. Create an access key, and I'm just gonna say select the checkbox and say create access key. And I always keep a copy of this key. So that's the access key, and the one on star star is the secret access key. So clicking on that square thing would copy it, change the encryption type to encoded, and then we would give the security key and say test, and the test was successful. Once this is done, we can again test there and say okay, and now it would ask the Snowflake credentials. So let's fill in that. That is basically the Snowflake your URL, and you pick the center part. That is, if you read below, there is a good explanation to that. Okay, as you go next, you fill in the default role, your warehouse, your database and schema. So these will be your defaults. While I was trying to put the default which is already present with the Snowflake, I was getting errors. So I landed up creating a small demo DB. um, as you see, I was facing issue. So now I am here in Snowflake to create my own database. So I just selected the SQL worksheet, and I'll just create a database and a schema. Just write the same script and click on the arrow over there, which is the running of the script. And just selected the newly created schemas in the UI. And now we have no access issues, and we can go ahead. We can now start working on the project. So this is a script. Please take note and use it. Our Matillion is ready. So that's all we had for this video. Thank you.